Look, imagine this for a second. It's a random Tuesday night. You open your banking app, not because you want to, but because you have to. You're doing that little mental math. Okay, rent hits on Friday. Gas is probably $60. Groceries, maybe $120. Please don't let the electricity bill be crazy this month. And you're hoping, genuinely hoping, nothing weird happens. No flat tire, no doctor bill, no surprise charge you forgot about. That feeling, that low-level financial anxiety, here's the thing. That feeling starts to disappear after $10,000. Not at $100,000, not at $1 million, not when you get some fancy promotion. And I know online everyone acts like the magic number is $100K or $1 million or whatever, but here's what most people don't realize. The first $10K is the part that changes your everyday life the most, because it's not about being rich. It's about finally not being fragile. And look, I'm saying this as someone who used to refresh my bank account like it was a scoreboard. I remember the first time I got above $2,000. I felt unstoppable. And then life happened. Car issue, random bill, something dumb, and I was right back at zero. So the first time I saw $10,000 sitting there, it wasn't excitement like, woo, I made it. It was relief, like my shoulders dropped. So today I'm going to show you the 7 reasons why everything changes after 10K, psychologically, mathematically, and in real everyday life. All right, reason number 1, 10,000 shatters a mental barrier. Most people don't realize this. Money isn't just math at first, it's identity. When your account says 2,400 or 3,800, you still feel like someone who's trying to save. But the moment you see 10,000.00 on that screen, your brain goes, oh, I'm actually a person who has money now. It's subtle, but it's powerful, because a lot of people are closer to broke than they look. The Federal Reserve has reported that many adults would struggle to cover even a relatively small emergency expense without stress. So hitting 10K instantly puts you in a different category mentally. You stop saying, I'm bad with money. I'll never get ahead. Saving just isn't for people like me. And you start thinking, wait, if I did this once, I can do it again. That identity shift, it's everything. Reason number 2, compounding finally starts to matter. People love saying, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. But here's the honest truth. Compounding on $600, you barely notice it. On $1,200, it's cute, but not life-changing. On $10,000, now we're talking. At 7% a year, a normal long-term market return, $10,000 becomes $700 in year 1, around $1,400 after 2 years. And then it turns into $1,500 a year without you adding a single dollar. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Zach, $700 isn't changing my life. True, but this is where it gets really interesting. The first 10K is built mostly from your effort. The next 10K gets help from the money itself. You move from I save money to money saves money for me. And that's where real wealth begins. And look, quick concept here. 10,000 is the first time you can build a real flywheel. Here's what I mean. You save a bit, which reduces stress, which helps you make better decisions, which saves you more money, which reduces stress even more. Before 10,000, it's like pushing a shopping cart with one broken wheel. You can move, but it's always fighting you. After 10,000, the wheels straighten out. Momentum becomes a thing. Reason number 3, you stop making desperate decisions. Before 10K, most decisions are made under pressure. You pick the cheapest option, not the best option. Cheap shoes instead of good shoes. The lowest car repair quote instead of the reliable mechanic. The job you hate because you can't afford to say no. But with 10K, you get breathing room. You can say, I don't need this job that treats me like trash. I can wait for a better opportunity. I can choose quality over survival. Money stops being a leash and starts becoming a tool. That flip is massive. Reason number 4, 10K covers almost every real emergency. Think about the biggest surprise expense you've ever had. For most people, it's a car repair, a medical bill, an unexpected flight, a pet emergency, an appliance dying, and most of those are between $300 and $3,000. Very rarely do real-life problems go over 10K. So with 10K, a bad month stays a bad month. It doesn't become a bad year. Without it, an $1,800 problem turns into credit card debt, interest, stress, fights at home, setbacks that last years. 10K is basically financial self-insurance. You hope you never need it, but if you do, it keeps one bad moment from turning into a financial spiral. Reason number 5, your confidence changes. Social media has messed with all of us. We see, I made 40K this month. Day trading made me rich. Buy this course and escape the matrix. Meanwhile, in the real world, a lot of people are saving almost nothing. Savings rates have been pretty low in recent years, and a meaningful share of households say they're living paycheck to paycheck. So when you hit 10K, you realize something powerful. You're already ahead of the majority, and confident people act differently. They invest instead of panic. They negotiate salaries. They take smart risks. They think long term. Fear keeps people stuck. Confidence moves people forward. Reason number 6, real options open up. With $700, you can't really invest. That's survival money. But at $10,000, you can. You can max a retirement account, buy real index funds, start a side project, invest in skills. Think beyond next week. And most important, you can invest without fear. Even if markets drop 20%, you're not ruined. You're not panicking. You're playing the long game. You start thinking in years instead of days. Reason number 7, the anxiety finally fades. Before 10,000, money lives in your head all day. You're not just working, you're worrying. After 10,000, the background noise gets quieter. You sleep better. You think clearer. You plan instead of react. You breathe a little easier. You move from scarcity to stability to opportunity. That mental freedom is priceless, and it shows up in every part of life. Here's another part nobody warns you about. Being low on money is expensive. Late fees, overdraft charges, buying the cheap version 3 times instead of the good version once, taking bad loans because you have no options. I used to do this all the time. I'd buy the $20 shoes. They'd fall apart in months. Then I'd buy another pair. $60 later, I still didn't own one good pair. That's the broke tax. 10,000 is where you escape that cycle. It's where money stops working against you, and something psychological happens. Without a cushion, every decision feels permanent. You hesitate over small purchases. You avoid opportunities because one bad month could end you. You stay in situations too long. But with 10,000, mistakes become lessons instead of disasters. You can try something, and if it fails, you're not destroyed. You start moving with confidence instead of fear. Make this practical. Imagine 2 versions of the same person. Version A has $800. Version B has 10,000. Same job, same skills, but version B can take a course for a better career. Fix the car properly instead of patching it. Wait for the right job instead of the first job. They can think strategically instead of desperately. So over years, they don't just have more money. They build a better life trajectory. 10,000 isn't just a number. It's different choices. It's a different future being built. One more thing before the plan. People say, I'll save when I make more. But if you can't save at $2,000 a month, you probably won't at 4. The problem isn't math, it's systems. 10,000 forces you to build them, and systems beat motivation every time. So how do you get there? Step 1, use 3 accounts: bills, spending, savings. If savings sits with spending, it's not savings, it's temptation. Step 2, automate what you can survive. Start with 5%, then scale up. Step 3, a real example. Save $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. Add 1 income booster, now $750 a month. Trim $100 in sneaky spending, and you're over $10,000 in a year. Not magic, just a system. Small moves stacked together. But what if you have debt? If it's high interest, build a $1,000 to $2,000 buffer first so you stop reborrowing when life happens. Then attack the debt. Otherwise, it's mopping the floor while the sink is still overflowing. 10,000 won't make you rich, but it changes how you think, how you sleep, how you decide, how you carry yourself in the world. It's not the finish line, it's the starting line. If you've crossed it, if you haven't, take this seriously. The first 10,000 really does change everything. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, how close are you to 10,000 right now? I'll see you in the next one.